Hey Ortiz, these are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. So, Dues allegedly applied the but for Mr. Perry's stalking, hacking, peeping. He's got a peeping Tom problem. Nothing real. Just watches TV pretending that he has a girlfriend. It's like watching Jennifer Aniston for some of these guys. Or who else? Amber Heard or whatever. They watch somebody on TV and they think that's a romance, and there's really nothing there. Oh, John Hinckley Jr. and Jodie Foster. They develop a bond with somebody that doesn't like them or doesn't know them. It's creepy. Mr. Perry has a creepy problem. So, remember, so use allegedly and but for me having to document all that for Mr. Perry's criminal case. As everybody knows, he's got one. He doesn't know that. We've told him. He seems to just not understand what people say. But for that, we wouldn't document this for court, for his case, and use the reasonable, prudent individual standard. What would you do if you were me? How would you handle all this? So, we have a witness that has come forward some time ago and said, as long as I've known Charles Perry, he's got a sex weirdo problem. He will troll women. When he tells his wife he's traveling, she won't go with him, or he won't let her go with him. He'll find divorced women with kids, installs hidden cameras, broadcasts them all over the dark web, all over the world, pissed off some other countries, and sells watch time. So they don't know there's cameras in their home. He chooses divorced women with kids. Then he'll get them fired from their job. Then he makes it where they can't find another job, and then he has the ex take the kids away after they've lost their home. They can't work. He's making sure they don't work. They'll call family. Family berates them. It's their fault, right? Never mind that she's been fine all this time, taking care of kids by herself, but now you're making a problem. So one of his guys said, when he pesters Cynthia and takes her money, things do not go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. She keeps quoting us. She got her code words: Muffin Man, Rumpelstiltskin. Why can't we get her to take the Yellow Brick Road? Right? Can we not get her back on that pole and on a schedule so we can mess with her more? These are sex sadists. They get off on hurting women and children. They're weak. They're abusive. They're sickos. And who's Monique, Charles? See, nobody has this information that we've been able to get. You're proving out our witness. He'll make the family berate these women so that it undermines their confidence and blows up kids' lives. Blows it up. Can you imagine you're a kid? All of a sudden, mom can't afford the house or food. He'll starve. He wants to starve me into a lie. What he's been trying to do is take all my money, which he did it when I was working in dancing. My guys hired somebody because they know me. They know I can make money. All of a sudden, I can't. They want to know what the hell's going on. They dig into all your criminal activity, Mr. Perry. They're digging. So I don't know who you think you're fooling. You've never been caught this much in your life. You've not been caught this much. When he pesters her and takes her money, things do not go well for us. We've never had one figure out we had cameras in their house. We are causing the problems for them. We've never had one sue us. We've never had one invoice us. Mr. Perry owes me $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home getting entertained. Plus, he's selling me. I'm pimped out. We've never had one sue us. She sued us 3 times. Mr. Perry thinks he won. I'll show you in a minute how he did not win. First of all, I was not in any court case. Never in any of my lawsuits. Burden of proof is on me. Was I able to prove, submit evidence, testify, put witnesses up? There's been no fair hearing and no fair trial. He'll go in and do a secret ex parte hearing where I'm not there and get my claims dismissed. He went duck hunting with Judge Cummings and got him dismissed. So he's doing a lot of things where I'm able to prove my case, thankfully. Criminals are stupid. That's, they're not hard to catch. He's feels like a tough guy beating down women. He's got mommy issues. So thank you for proving us out. So I waited half an hour to even get one order on a busy dinner at dinner time in Tulsa, right in the smack dab where it's the busiest part of town. Bunch of restaurants. So I should have had one order coming in right after the other. Instead, I sit for half an hour. I film it. Watch this waiting half an hour. Nothing comes in. 2 orders come in. They're upside down. Last week I had, hang on. Okay, look at the time. The dash time is 17 hours. The active time we're actually making deliveries is 10. That's 7 hours difference. That means 7 hours I sat declining orders I can't do. So he's hacked my app. And another way I'll show you he hacked my app. Right here. Okay, so this person is asking me to let her know when I drop off the food. So normally you would send a text within the Dasher app. All of a sudden that won't work. So it's asking me to open my personal text apps, which I won't do. So that right there got messed up for this person. Apparently works for him. Then the camera wouldn't work. So what happens is she wants me to hand it to her, basically, or leave it with the front desk. So you have to prove that you've delivered it. Basically what she could do is when they say hand it to me, I can hand them their order, and unless I have proof that I handed them their order, I take a picture of it. They can lie and complain to DoorDash that I didn't deliver the food. They never got it. And he's done that to me twice now. So I've learned the hard way, take a picture. Always take a picture no matter what. So I try to take a picture, and all of a sudden the camera app crashes. They don't want me to prove delivery because they're going to have her call in and say she didn't deliver it. Thank God I have a different, I always have 3 phones with me at all times. I just use a different one. So I delivered it. There it is. I took a picture of it. I had to use a different phone, one of the 3 that I have. I have a secured phone that these cops gave me, Mr. Perry. You know that. So, but other than that, that's when I started. Then I get that upside down order, upside down order, upside down order, then her. App doesn't work. He wants me to get fired. What he's gonna do is tell her you didn't get the order. Tell DoorDash you didn't get the order, and file a complaint, and she'll get fired. See, he wants to force me back to Texas, where he can do more to me. I did tell you. I did say, you're proving out recordings, Mr. Perry, and our shrink. So there's another upside down order. So as you can see, then when your family, berates you. As you all heard, he's calling, my ex-husband's calling. I recorded the phone call. He's yelling and screaming at me, you're not working, you're not working, you're not working. Well, I am. But Mr. Perry does that. So, or he wants me pulled over. Use the Dasher app that we've all hacked, and get her to drive by, XYZ intersection and pull her over. We took her taillight out. You have a key to my car, because otherwise you can't get to the taillight unless you have a key to my car. So he's proving out the witness. And then our shrink says, when he does it to Cynthia, things are happening he's not seen before, and he'll do it more. He doesn't get a date out of that. He says he wants a date and a real love life, but he's horrible. He does everything she hates. He's horrible to her. He's not a Prince Charming. He's horrible to her. He's not chivalrous. He's not working hard. He's not kind. He's not interesting. He sits around making problems for her day after day after day after day, which for a criminal case is great. That's the gift that keeps on giving. But if you're trying to live your life and pay your bills on time, you can't. He's making it where I can't. So my ex-husband's screaming and yelling at me, just like the witness says that he has family members do. They'll scream and berate you. It's your fault. You failed. Well, my guys know better. They know that's not true. My ex-husband does too, actually. So was this his words or your words, Mr. Perry? Call Ernest and tell him not to help her. We're going to make sure she can't make any money. We got to make her go to Texas against her will and make her lie. Coercion is a crime. Stalking, hacking, peeping are a crime. You get caught when you do it to me. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. You can predict future outcomes based on past results. You've done that. You never get the date. Never have you gotten a date with me. I don't like you. I think you're cruel. I think you're mean. And you get told on all the time, more than ever in your life. How many times were you told on before you met me? How many after, Mr. Perry? Who's Monique? Who's Calvin to you? Who's Blankenship and Desiree to you, Mr. Perry? What is the Muffin Man? Who's that to you? Who's that individual? That's a nickname of one of the guys involved in your thing. What's Take the Yellow Brick Road? Your enticement? You were recorded. We're using the carrot and the stick approach with her. We're going to starve her. And here we'll dangle this carrot over here in Texas where we can kill you and get away with it. What am I telling my ex-husband? They will kill me. Remember the McNamara email where I said he's going to false arrest me? And then he did? The charges were dropped, by the way. But you did exactly what I said. I told you so. So what's the lie, sir? What is the lie, Mr. Perry? I told you so. So I filmed this one. she hates, and then she can't figure out why she didn't like him. He doesn't have a cover-up. Everyone's talking. They're mad. So for 10 years, on starving out women, sex weirdo that you are. Do you? 30 minutes I waited for an order. Watch this. That's why you're by yourself. Can't get a real love life. You're not all there, are you? Lights are on and nobody's home. Elevator doesn't go to the top. You getting a thrill out of this? You're getting something or you wouldn't do it. So for everybody that wanted to know why I didn't finish my appeals, this is it right here. This is why. Mr. Perkins, I win. Did you? But you played Candyland against yourself. That you didn't have an opponent. So what did you win? We're like, what did you win? I wasn't in the courtroom. He didn't have an opponent. So he won. He played Candyland against himself, and he's jumping up and down. I win. I win. Okay, if you say so. I'm playing it weirdo. I guess you did. About to go to jail. Doing this right here. You want that, don't you? You wouldn't do it if you didn't get something out of it. Finally, I have to scream and holler. Alright, so that took 41 minutes for me to get one order I could do at dinner time in Tulsa. Right in the middle of all the restaurants. There's several parts of town, that's one of them. So, I'm over now everybody can see why I didn't finish my appeal, because that's not normal for that to happen. It's also not normal for me to spend 7 hours declining orders. So, go rub one out as the witness says you do. It's crime causation, not lewd and lascivious mad. Okay, so that's the order right there, that was, the Outback, see? Hand it to me. You can hand it to them and they'll lie, call DoorDash and say, I never got my order, and you're fired if you can't prove that you did give it to them. So thankfully, what they did though, is they made my camera app. First I'm trying to text her to tell her I'm here with your food. It's supposed to be in-app. They fucked that up, see? And then they made the camera not work. So thankfully I had another camera, so I took a picture of it anyway. To prove I did indeed. But that's how they get you fired. Jamming up your apps. DoorDash, if you can't prove you dropped off the order, they'll, if you can't prove you dropped off the order, then they, it's, you know, you get, you get a, I can't remember what the name of it is. They gave me 2, because Mr. Perry did that twice already. So, they give you like a disciplinary thingy, and if you get so many of those, you're fired. He gets women fired from their job, hacks them so they can't find another one, and then they lose their house, and then he has the ex take the kids away. They're not fit. They'll call family for help, and the family berates them. My ex-husband is trying to coax me to Texas, like you coaxed Mike to Pensacola. Right? You're doing exactly what we say. What does that say? March. We've got one in Tulsa. We need to get her to Texas so we can do more to her. Make sure she can't make money in Tulsa. And then have her ex-husband coax her to Texas like you coaxed Mike to Pensacola. What does that say? I'm not going to help you with money. But you can move here to Texas. You don't see Fabian up here trying to coax me. Yep. He won't do it, will he? They're scared to death of that guy, Sin. My coworker tells me at Lady Godiva's. Those guys, old fart rich guys, told us not to let you talk about Fabian. They're scared of him. I've never seen guys shit themselves like they do when he comes in. So I'm telling my ex-husband, remember I told you he was going to arrange a false arrest? Then he did. We lost our house. Your son lost his house. Your kid lost his home. They'll kill me if I go back to Texas. Nothing. I'm sorry. You're right. Here, let me help you. Nothing. I got nothing. You are recorded talking to him. Don't help her. We're going to cut off her money. She can live under a bridge until she tells us who these guys are. You think I'm the only one that knows who they are? You think they can't do their job? No matter what you do to me, it'll just be harder on you. You act like you don't know what I'm saying. I mean, how many times were you told on before you did this to me and how many after? I don't like men who peep. I don't like men who kill cops. I don't like men who starve women and children and go rub one out. Sex sadists. So, I mean, you're proving us out right here, sir. I waited 30 minutes for an order on a busy Thursday night, dinner time, in Tulsa, right in the middle of all the restaurants. One of the places where all the restaurants are. I've never had that happen before. I've had a bunch of orders pop up. 7 hours I spent declining orders. You might get one or two that are upside down, but not 7 hours worth. See that? I can't make money on that. It needs to be at least $1 a mile. See that? Sure, she can't make money on that. Or that. That's your person. You crashed my app. You're a hacker. You break the law. I wouldn't go out with a man who hacks me. Wouldn't go out with a man who peeps on me. Wouldn't go out with a sex sadist. You need help. You're about to go to jail. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. Are you a retarded man? So, because of the thing, when I told you fix it, you made a problem, you're going to fix it, or we'll get more. And you didn't fix it, and so we got the recording of your guy. What we wanted you to do is cancel that order after she hit confirm, not before. They did cancel an order last night. I picked one up. The guy handed me the order. I was just about to hit confirm pickup, and it canceled. So they messed it up. And he was telling him, you messed it up. What we wanted to happen is she hits confirm order, then you cancel it. Then she has to go into the parking lot, call DoorDash support, tell them what happened, and they'll give her half credit. While she's on the phone, we get a guy right upon her to pull her over for her taillight that we took out by unlawfully entering her car with a key we shouldn't have. So, you asked for it and we got it. You wanted to get caught more? You did. You don't want to date because you do everything I don't like. You're rejected and told on every fucking day. Rejected and told on. And nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. You don't have a date. You get rejected, I don't like you, and you're told on. You don't have women throwing themselves at you. You're repulsing women. This whole thing opened up over human rights violations, sir. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. You never respond right. You never respond right. You always continue to do just what I'm saying. You don't have a cover-up, and you don't have you don't have a date. You have no chance of a date. I won't go out with somebody weird like you, and cruel. We got that. Because I told you to fix a problem and you didn't fix it. So we got that. Pissed everybody off. We got all this because I told you to fix it and you didn't fix it. All that. It's like you like getting told on. That's not what I want. All that, Mr. Perry. Recording after recording after recording. 40,000 of them, Mr. Perry. Because you're making problems and you're pissing people off right here. Kick her out of her house. Kick her out of her, and they tried. And then that didn't work, so they tried again later. And then they did. Right here. Where is it? Over and over and over, you get caught. You get nothing else but caught. That's everything that went on in Manfred. Taking taillights out, man, that's your thing. Right here. You want to coax me to Texas like you coaxed me to Pensacola? Jamming up my app so I can't make money. Starve her into a lie. Make her lie. I'm not going to help you with your crime. I'm not. I said no. You're trying to cause economic duress and strain to force me to against my will. Duly noted for the record. And I can say, I told you so.